Introductory video for the next feature that I'm working on, or the next kind of innovation that I want to be able to include in my final product. And it starts with the pouch design. So if you can see here, I got my model. You can see some snowmen in there and a little piece of fabric. But basically the gist of it is a lot of companies have this design, which is a pouch design. If you're not familiar with it, it's a place where your junk sits, or it's supposed to create a little bit more room for your junk to sit so that it doesn't slap up against your legs or get stuck. For example, Saks, they're the innovators with this. They built that feature a long time ago, and since then they've become basically the #1 selling brand. But my problem with this solution is a lot of them have either like a panel on the side, which keeps your junk from hitting the legs here or sticking to the legs there, or they just have an extra little piece of support so your junk sits in there, but there's no way to stop it from coming out. So you got some solutions that might work for some of you and some that might not work. So for me, for example, the pouch design has been nice and it creates a little bit extra room for movement or during the day activities, but the problem with it for me has always been the minute I sit down or the minute I bend over or I'm working or I'm in the gym, I end up getting things stuck to my legs anyways. It just sits there and it doesn't really have any way to stay in the pouch or stay in the space that the pouch creates. So what I'm working on is a way to get around, not just get around other people's patented products, which are pretty awesome. Everybody's got their own piece, just like I did for my leg grip. Got legal protection on it. Everybody else is doing the same thing for their pouches. They've got legal protection on their designs. So the problem is not only just coming up with a way to keep your boys supported or your junk supported, or have something that works for the pouch area, it's also making sure I don't step on anybody's toes, because that's not cool. Everybody's worked hard on their designs, just like I've worked hard on my design. You gotta respect it. And I don't want to cease and desist when I start selling these awesome underwears. So I gotta come up with a way that's not only innovative and it works, but also a way that isn't gonna step on other people's products. So my idea right now that I've been working on and throwing back and forth is to have a simple solution, which is basically you have your 3D pouch design. I've got some snowmen in there, as you can see. It's a 3D design, so you got some room for your junk to sit, but there's a piece of fabric that goes across. And with that fabric going across, it doesn't keep things rigid, but it keeps things from falling out, sort of say. So that when you sit down, it's not gonna fall right out of the pouch. This fabric would look a lot better when it's the final product, but it's gonna keep everything sitting in the pouch, allowing the pouch to do its job by just having a simple block. So that's my idea. I'm gonna sew it up and test it out, and we're gonna see what happens.